Windows 98. This version of Windows is old. In fact, it's way older than me. This version is so old I didn't even have a childhood memories with it. But why I decided to do this video? Probably for the nostalgic people that want to play their old DOS games that don't work right on modern versions of Windows, or that want to re-experience old Windows without buying old hardware because maybe they don't have space to store it or a reason to do it. So yeah, in this video we will install Windows 98 SE that just turned 25 and on modern hardware, so stay tuned. As I said in the intro, Windows 98 SE was released back in 1999. Basically, there shouldn't be a problem with us running it on modern hardware, right? Well, the answer is complicated since even though technically our CPUs are backwards compatible, sort of, but there is an issue, the drivers. Even though technically Windows 98 can boot, there are no drivers for anything. Since, let's be honest, how many new drivers has been released for Windows 95 in the last, I don't know, 15 years? Yeah, that's right, zero. So basically Windows 98 doesn't know how to communicate with modern hardware. So even though there are people that manage to get Windows 98 booting on bare metal, we won't do that since it will be unstable. So that's what are we gonna do today. We're gonna emulate it. This is PCM, a PC emulator for Windows and Linux that lets us emulate a period specific era PC for Windows 98. So first we are going to download it from the official website, and also there will be links for everything in the description. Go on to the download section and get the latest version. In this video I use Windows 11, so I will be getting the latest release for Windows. Now we are downloading the zip file with all the needed files. We are going to save it, and after that we will extract the folder, and there we go, we have the app installed. Now we are going to need the ROMs for the emulator that we can find on archive.org, again link in description. So I will click the torrent option since archive.org has extremely low download speed, so yeah, I will save the content file and open it with qBittorrent after it was downloaded inside the ROM folder. Is a zip file, we will extract and copy all the content onto it and paste it into the ROMs folder of PCM. You will also need the Windows 98 ISO image with a valid serial key that you will need to buy it yourself, since I don't want this to get down because I quote unquote promote piracy. Actually, too lol. Good. After that, we will start the PCM app. Now create a new computer by clicking this button, give it a creative name, and now we are going to configure the virtual computer. For the motherboard, I will get the Gigabyte GA686BX. For the CPU, I will use the Pentium 2 450. They will give 512 megabytes of RAM. For the graphics, I will get the 3DFX Voodoo 3000. The speed I will use fast. For sound now, I will choose the Sound Blaster PCI 120 sound card. For the driver location, I will use first floppy drive will be a 1.44 megabyte one. We won't use a second floppy drive. Now we'll make a new hard drive. For the HDD format, we will use dynamically allocated VHD format. For space, I'd use around 32 gigabytes, since at the end of the day you will use this only for retro games, retro apps that don't work well on modern Windows. So for the mouse, we will use the Microsoft Intelligent mouse. We won't mess with the joystick since we won't use any. Same for the network, since yeah. Turn on the VM. Now when it says we can press the delete to open setup, we will do that. We will load the default BIOS settings and the default performance settings. After that, we will make sure our first boot option is the CD-ROM. After that, we'll save the BIOS settings and let the computer reboot. Now, the installation should be pretty straightforward. After installing Windows, we will need the necessary drivers for our components, and we will shut down the VM. Now, putting the drivers on the hard drive will mount it. So, search for computer management, open it, go to this management. Now click on action and select attach VHD. Now you just need to paste the drivers. I've put them in a folder so it will be easier, and paste them in the HDD. Now we will eject it, run the VM again, install the drivers. After that, done. You have a fully working Windows 98 VM that we can use for games, stuff, and to prank people that you run Windows 98 on a modern computer.